All right, everyone. You know, the Leo soap opera was such a dominant force in the weekly reading. I thought I had to pull a reading. It's a reading that has to be done. You know, there's a couple of things that happen every time I pull a Leo soap opera. It's the same energy I've been getting since I got here. Some of the energies have gotten past it and moved on, and other energies are still going round and round. There's a lesson in all of this, and it's a lesson that most people learn the hard way. It's that lessons not learned are doomed to repeat. It's the same thing with history. History repeats if we forget it and we don't know about it. Like right now, a lot of people out there don't know about World War II. They never studied it. The energy of World War II is here now in societal energies, and people are falling for it. They're falling for it hook, line, and sinker, and we see a lot of repeat things happening, right? Because they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. And that's what's going on here in the soulmate cycle with this particular individual, with the ones that are still part of this Leo soap opera. They don't know what they don't know. One of those things that happens every time I pull this reading, this is my pre-shuffle, is that guy shows up, the devil. There's always a devil in a Leo soap opera. There's always that toxin because somebody's in a toxic situation. And right now, according to the surface energy, what somebody's doing, okay, hopefully it's not you, it could be, roles can be reversed in a Leo soap opera. Your frequency is the same as whoever it is that's attached to you. But what's going on right now is somebody is doing things, projects, partnerships, anything they can to distract themselves from the toxin that is their home life, the Ten of Pentacles, right? Because they're afraid for Pentacles. If they don't do that, it's all going to come to the surface. They're going to have to look at it with the High Priestess. It's all just going to bubble up, right? All that toxin. So they distract themselves from it. They got something right now, some kind of new project. If they an actor, they in some kind of play or doing some kind of somebody's independent film or some shit like that. I get a lot of actors in the Leo soap opera. I pick up on that energy. If it's not, it's somebody who should have been. But it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's some kind of project, right? And they're afraid if they don't do it, just distract themselves from that toxin of the home life. They're afraid if they don't do it, it'll bubble up to the surface. And the truth, they'll have to face it with that Queen of Swords. And the problem with that is, not only is it very disappointing with the Page of Swords, but it's painful as fuck with the Three of Swords, right? So in order to avoid all of that, let's just try something here. And that's what came out in the weekly reading, and strangely, it's what came out here in the pre-shuffle. It's how it played out. So I thought I'd pull a Leo soap opera, and that's what we're going to do. All right? Maybe this energy, whoever this energy is, the universe, I have never seen the universe try to help an individual energy so much. I've never seen it. I've never seen the universe do it. Let's see here. The card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? Let's find out. Let's see what's going on with this reading. I'll tell you it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Here we go. Why the fuck are we here? Five of Pentacles. We're here because the universe thinks that somebody is leaving themselves out of their own life. They're spinning their wheels. They're selling themselves short. I think this energy, whoever this is, knows this. They just choose to ignore it. All right? Mm-hmm. All right, what else? What comes after the cut? I wonder. Nine of Cups. Right? What did I say? This just backs up what I said. It's a Nine of Cups. It's emotional fulfillment, right? It's somebody here read with the Five of Pentacles. Somebody's leaving themselves. I think they know it. I think they're doing it on purpose. They're trying to make. Sometimes with this card, it's somebody who's hard to get a hold of, or hard to get close to, or out of reach. Like they're so fucking, great and almighty and all that they're hard to get a hold of, that they're hard to get close to, or you can't. It's sort of like trying to get up close to an A-list celebrity. It's pretty tricky. There's security that blocks you and all kinds of stuff like that. This person here is sort of doing that to themselves a little bit by distracting themselves from the reality of needing to get out of that, come in from out of the cold, away from that Five of Pentacles. All right? So somebody's somebody's selling themselves short here, all right, in this energy. Probably spinning their wheels quite a bit. I think they are. I think all these bullshit projects would be a lot better, or whatever it is they use to distract themselves would be a whole lot better if they weren't using them to distract themselves, right? And that's an energy. You got to spend energy to try to distract yourself from something. Let's see where we go. Let's pull a reading here. Give me a reading, universe. Give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Leo. Give me a Leo soap opera. All right. I like the energy that showed up in the pre-shuffle, just in the sense of it jived with what showed up in the weekly reading. But I don't like this for whoever this energy belongs to. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. The Seven of Pentacles, the overall energy of this reading. What's fueling that? And there it is. Look, it came back. Came back around, the whole pre-shuffle back at the bottom after all that shuffling. I shuffled for the cut cards, and then I shuffled again for this. And all the universe did was give us that and the Seven of Pentacles. It's a distraction. Somebody here is creating a distraction, and they're avoiding. It's time the time is right for them to fix something, for them to do something. The energy's here. They could do it. You could come in from out of the cold in this energy, right? But somebody's really just trying to, anything to keep busy, to avoid that toxin. All right, let's see where we go. Let's see how you play in, because I wouldn't be here for a reading if your connection didn't play a role here. Yeah, here's the energy of your connection right here. Here's how this person's behaving in the 3D, whoever it is, and I hope the fuck it's not you. If it is you, because it's about 20% of you, this is you. You're spinning your wheels. Knock it off. Even your ancestral energies around you think you're spinning your wheels. Stop it. You're better. You're meant for something better. Go find it. All right? What? And since this person isn't listening, if it's them, here's how they're behaving in the 3D. Here's their soul. Here's the... Yep, I know. It froze, didn't it? I know. I always catch it. Hold on a second. I'll fix it. A lot of energy here today. All right, that soul energy was here, hidden energy from the message from the universe was here, the final outcome was here, by the way, since I froze right there. All right, anyway, that said, I hope you listened to what I said while I froze anyway, especially if this is you. All right, I'll clarify everything. I can't predict free will. Everybody got the free will to keep spinning their wheels if they want to. You know, it's just a thing. You can do that. What's the energy of your connection right now? I need to know. Two of Pentacles. It's spinning wheels. It's the card of spinning wheels, right? Somebody's spinning an energy. Somebody, it could be you. We'll just say it's an energy attached, an incoming energy. Somebody here is spinning their wheels on this connection. Your connection is the thing that they're trying to avoid. They're also trying to avoid the toxin in their home life. But your connection's also tied to that devil, is what the universe is saying. It's all devil. They got to fix a toxic home life, something that's not going right, something that's built on lies, something that's superficial, something that's nonsense, something that's not making them happy. And they got to fix the toxin that is developed in the connection with you from doing nothing with it, from holding on to someone's energy. In some cases, for years and years and years. I mean, this is moldy energy. Sometimes I say the energy feels old. For some of you, this is moldy. It's got a mustiness to it, okay? So there's your spinning wheels. We've been talking about it. It's right the fuck there. All right, 3D energies around this person. Sun. Yeah. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Looks can be deceiving. It's all clear to them. They're just trying to avoid it. We already know they're trying to avoid things with the pre-shuffle coming back. You know, trying to avoid both things that we just got done talking about, that devil. But how are they behaving in their real life? Like everything's great, like they're happy. They're behaving like they're happy. I swear to God, everything I've said here is true and tied to that devil. And I promise you, if you saw a picture of this person out there on this social media, they'd be all smiles and they'd look like a fucking clown. You know, it really would. You'd think they got a part-time job as a fucking children's entertainer or some shit. Honest to God, there's a lot of happiness coming off of that. It's a crock. And we know it's a crock right from the start, because on the surface energy there's a big fat devil in the home life. It sits right on top of it. All right? In fact, you know, and they're afraid to they're afraid to look at it. So they just distracted themselves. But yeah, they seem real happy. I bet they seem fine. Okay. Their soul is here. It bookends spinning wheels over here. Page of Cups. Somebody's trying to... This energy is trying to they're making excuses as to why they're distracting themselves, why they're not making a decision. They're making excuses because they're trying to figure out what they love or how to love. It feels like how to. It feels like the child aspect, the adolescent aspect of this, like puppy love kind of a thing. That came up in a recent reading. I gave some kind of analogy about two teenagers going to a movie, or two preteens going on their first date to a movie. Nobody knows what to do. This energy doesn't know what to do with their feelings. So they make an excuse, well, if I don't know what to do, I'll do nothing. It's that kind of energy. And we'll just pretend to be happy in our life. Talk about wearing a mask, and quite frankly, that's going to be hard in the energies around right now. The energies around us right now are not conducive to mask wearing. It's going to make Halloween a little awkward this year, I think. But potential, I Freudian slipped. I almost said potential final outcome here, so these two are tied. The message from the universe is tied with the potential final outcome. What is it? 9 of Pentacles, yeah. Somebody is trying to avoid a decision about how to liberate themselves from that devil. The devil is tied to this. It's tied to the spinning wheels. The devil is also tied to both you and your connection and their home life. Somebody's avoiding the decision of liberating themselves. Also, I've got someone here who doesn't feel like... I don't want to say that. I should wait till I clarify. But I'm going to say they don't feel like they could do it on their own. I think the energies around them, and we've talked about this before, are discouraging in some way. That's for some of you. Kind of discouraging them into thinking they could make it on their own, sort of thing. Yeah. All right, let's go. Potential final outcome. Always, listen, in life, whatever life you're living, always be wary of people that come to you or come across as your end-all, be-all. You should definitely be wary of that in societal energies, right? Somebody who says, without me, we're screwed, that kind of thing. Be very wary of that. Bad things have happened in history because of that type of thing. Same thing in your life in general, in relationships. If somebody tried to convince you that you can't make it on your own, that you can't be independent, that's a red flag. It's an indication you probably can, by the way. What's the potential final outcome, the lovers? Yeah. At the end of the day here, somebody makes a decision. Somebody makes a choice that's been already made for them. The choice that's been made for this person, I think, is tied, because this came out as part of the weekly reading, I think in the final message, is tied to this Queen of Swords. It's tied to a truth. Regardless of how afraid they are that all this toxin comes to the surface, somebody's going to have to look at it. Somebody's going to have to face it. This Three of Swords is one of the main cards that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle. I think this might result in this person coming towards you at some point, or at least making a choice to liberate themselves from one or the other. We'll find out what happens when we clarify. We're going to clarify with the Light Seer, which randomly has the High Priestess at the bottom. Give me the Two of Pentacles. Let's go. I think something comes to the surface here. All right. Give me the Two of Pentacles. Why is it here? It'll help me explain this a little better. All right. Energy of your connection. Spinning wheels. Somebody just trying to avoid it. Trying to avoid it. Because any decision they make here, it's the same with this energy. It's always been like this. Any decision they make here transforms something. Right? And it's that, did you ever have to make up your mind, say yes to one and leave the other behind sort of thing from that old song from the 60s? Right? Did you ever have to finally decide? Say yes to one, let the other one ride. Well, sometimes in life we just have to do that. We can't run and hide. This person, I joke about it all the time, but they really are that George Costanza from Seinfeld, where he says if they can't find you, they can't fire you. Right? A whole episode of him hiding from his boss, because if they can't find you, they can't fire you. That's this person. It's kind of what's going on here. It's crossed by the Ace of Pentacles. There's a decision time that's fast creeping up on this person. Well, slowly creeping up on this person. It's a decision that's about to be made here that's been a long time coming. And I know it's about to be made because of this, which is tied with this. 9 of Pentacles of liberation from something, from some part of that devil, and the choice right here. All right? What's on top? Let's see what's on top. See? 5 of Pentacles. The card before the cut from the animal deck. 5 of Pentacles. The sad rose that was right there, the reason we're here, shows up right there. The reason we're here is because it's time for this girl to wakey and come inside the door. There's a reckoning. I think they know it. I think they're trying to hide it. Just like old George Costanza. Old Seinfeld knew he was going to get fired. That's why he was hiding, right? He knew. I don't joke about anything or reference anything that's not part of the energy. He knew he was going to get fired. So he came up with what? They can't find me, they can't fire me, so he kept hiding. That's what's happening here. This person, it's really easy to feel when the Ace of Pentacles is getting close. It really is. This person could feel that it's time, that they can't keep spinning the wheels. Something's got to give a choice. And because this is major arcana and the final outcome, the energy's already made a choice. The choice energy is already there. All right, it's just for somebody to get up, go inside, and go along with it. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? The Magician. They don't think they're ready. That's why they're hiding from it. Somebody here also knows that it's what I said, that when a decision is made here, it changes everything. All of a sudden, everything transforms. Things will never be the same again. So they're going to try to avoid that for as long as possible. The problem I have with that is their logic, and I'm glad the pre-shuffle is still here, because that means staying in this, a toxic life, a toxic Ten of Pentacles. Why the fuck would you want to do that? Ever. For even an extra second longer than you have to. It doesn't make sense. And reason it doesn't make sense is because it's stupid logic. It tells me that this person's probably been, as I've said before, been core programmed to just live this life. Pretend to be happy. Keep up appearances, right? Even if you just got done fighting in the car with your toxic spouse. If you go in the grocery store and run into a neighbor, you're all smiles. You're all happy, you're holding hands. We love each other. You know, everything's great. You know, it's just the way it is. Some people are just raised to be phony. I get it. And on varying levels, I get that with this energy. There's some sort of never let them see you sweat kind of energy. Stiff upper lip and all that. It's always been here since I've been pulling on it. It's getting worse now with the sun here, though. It's getting harder and harder to keep up that facade because the sun lights everything up. And the energy right now, the 3D energies, are kind of seeing through masks, right? We're seeing a lot of seeing through deceptions. We've had the sun with the Seven of Swords recently in readings and pre-shuffles and things like that. Why is the sun here? Tell me about it. Tell me about all these smiles, all this happiness, right? Yeah, it's crossed by the Hierophant. It's old energy. The Hierophant can sometimes signify things that are a long-term, long-range. It's old energy. It's everything I already said. While I was shuffling for the surrounding energies, I simply riffed on them. That's all. You know, it is. This is what's on top. Yeah, see, it's toxic. Look. Did you see what happened? It's the devil on top of the sun. Happy, but it's toxic. It's fake. It's phony. It's nonsense. Just more proof of what I said. I'm just riffing on the energy while I shuffle, but there it is. Why is the devil here? The Six of Wands. Because they were taught that doesn't matter, right? Just ignore it. Just suck it up, right? You're with a spouse. They cheat on you. It makes you sad. Just, that's fine. Just show that face to the public. Show the happiness, right? Keep going. It doesn't matter here. This person, this is just someone who's like this. I mean, they're almost like a politician where everything is great. Everything is terrific. Thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's bizarre, but it's there. Again, the victory lives in this. They were taught that this is how it's supposed to be. And we get this all the time for this person. I see some changes, though. I do see it. I know that's why we're here. Why is the Page of Cups here? Jesus. Why is the devil here? I get victory. Right? I mean, come on. I think they know it's wrong. But unfortunately, it might mean for some of them, if this is core programming, for some of them, changing things and coming toward you or coming toward what your connection showed them, might mean saying goodbye to a whole fucking family for all we know. For a few of them. I mean, not all of them, but I mean, if it's a toxic fucking situation like that, one of those families that's more like a cult, which would totally read like this, those families always put out a smiley face and behind closed doors, where it's all fucking shit, all kinds of stuff. And sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't mean it's not going on if it doesn't come out. But it's tough to say goodbye to long-term things. We had the Hierophant crossing there, right? It all looks good on the outside, to the outside observer, but on the inside, it's not good. All right. Why is the Page of Cups here? Why is the Page of Cups here? It's crossed by the Tower. Yeah, somebody wants to start over. There's sort of a a reboot. I think it's in part because of the new moon in Cancer. There's a bit of a reboot that's happened here in this person's soul of some kind. What's going on? What's on top? Yeah. What did I say? Like a reboot, right? Well, this is a reconciliation. It's an ace. It's a new beginning. There's a new beginning here. I don't know what happened. I feel like when I feel this energy and translate it into words, I feel like they had a dream. And in that dream, they felt your connection. And then they woke up and they wanted that back. So they actually got to feel it. This happens periodically throughout the cycle where where the energy gives someone who's usually like a runner or doesn't want anything to do with the connection. It's like jump starting a car. It gives it a little bit of the juice of the connection, and then hopefully it sticks, kind of a thing. I think it's stuck this time at least a little bit. Why is the Ace of Swords here? Yeah, the Four of Pentacles scared the shit out of them. Something that they try to push back came forward. This is the epitome of a jump starting of a car. It's really strange. I did that, especially, with the tower there. There's the electricity coming in, right? It won't start. The battery's dead, holding back. And then, you give it some juice and it fires up. And it gets in the brain and it gets radiated out. And you hope it sticks. You hope it stays running, or you leave it running long enough that it'll start itself the next time, right? That's kind of what's going on here. They've had a bit from the universe. I know it sounds a bit hocus pocusy or hokey pokey, but they've had a bit of a jump start from the universe as far as their soul goes. You can also think of it as a defibrillator, right, where they're clear and they're waking their soul back up. A bit of that. Okay, that's just the way I felt it. It came out pretty much the same. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? Why are you giving me this? Why is the Nine of Pentacles tied to the Lovers? It's basically saying no matter what this person, no matter which side of the devil they deal with, okay? Doesn't matter. They deal with your connection or they deal with the toxin in their Ten of Pentacles life. But, there it is, just staring right at you, as if this devil underneath here wasn't enough. That one wasn't enough. Whichever one they deal with benefits them in some way, allows them to move forward a little bit. All right. Let's see. Nine of Pentacles. What are you telling me here, universe? What are you telling me? The Three of Wands. Yeah. But the universe is like the energy, the environmental energy around them. This is major arcana. We don't control it. Okay. This card used to be called the Choice. It is in some decks. It's about a choice. Okay. And it's about a choice in this context. It keeps coming up that way. The energy around them, the environmental energy, is reaching a bit of a fever pitch because of what's happened here, because of the tower, because of the jump start, and it's forcing them to pick a direction. Pick where you want to go. You want to stay in toxin? Is that a victory for you? Or do you want something else? Decide. It's time to decide. That's why that song from the 60s is ringing in my head. Did you ever have to finally decide? Say yes to one and let the other one ride. Not often easy, not often kind. That's another lyric from the song. But pick one. The environmental energy, for some reason, is forcing it. I think it has a lot to do internally with that tower that was there in the soul. What's on top? See? Knight of Cups. Okay. Knight of Cups, red with the Five of Pentacles, part of your connection. They're leaving themselves out. They've been leaving themselves out in the cold because if they come in that door, it changes everything. The universe is like, pick one. I think they're leaning toward that, right? I think there's more involved for this person. This is a knight. That's a page in their soul. I don't think they quite know how to approach you, okay? I don't think they quite know. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Yeah, Five of Cups. Look at the picture. What did I say? Why is the Knight of Cups here? Five of Cups. I don't think they know quite what to do. And again, if they do anything, this is red with the Magician, transformation, it changes everything. It changes everything on their side. And for some of them, look, it might be toxic. It might be a marriage. It could be a family. It could be a living situation. It could be all of the above. It might be toxic, but it's all they know. It's what they were taught, the core program they were supposed to have. And we've covered this before. Core programming is tough. It's why therapy bills run up into thousands of dollars. Because it's tough to get past it. And until you do, you're fucked. You're not going to get anything done, right? At some point, like if it's the parents that messed up that messed you up when you were a kid and you go to therapy, you're not going to get anywhere in that therapy. You're going to spend months in the therapy just getting that person to admit, oh yeah, they were assholes. Fuck, they messed me up. Right? At that point, once you reach that acknowledgement, then you got to start digging into the core programming and reprogramming the whole thing. I mean, it's a bit like needing to reprogram a computer, except it's password protected. So before you can start reprogramming, you got to get past the fucking password and try and crack that and figure it out. You know, it's a bit of that. And it's not as fast as it is on TV. You know, I know they got people on TV that can just do it with their phone, piece of cake you're in. You know, all right. Takes a little bit sometimes, and in case of core programming, it's a pretty tough password. That said, 5 of Cups here. Somebody gets, everything changes, but it is one of the cards that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle. It looks like they lean in more toward your connection, and I get that out of the Page of Cups too. And I think that's why now I understand a little more about why they play in avoidance, because the writing's on the wall, and it has been for a while. The writing's on there's that pentacle right there on the goat, and it's tied to these pentacles here. The writing's on the wall. It's time to deal with it. You know, for the ones who haven't dealt with it yet, that are still part of this, it's getting really, really more intense for them. Exponentially more intense. What's the potential final outcome with the Lovers here? I'm always fascinated by the Leo soap opera. I've been fascinated with it since I got here, because it's, for me, it's like one of the most interesting energies. It's one of the most interesting dynamics of what's going on, because you're very well matched with whoever this is. You'd have a great relationship with whoever this is, provided they could get away from this asshole right there. Provided they could just get away with it. It's just, or get away from it, I should say. It's just tough. They just won't do it. It's weird. Lovers, why is it here? It's like they trapped on an island or something, you know? Well, even if I get away, I'm trapped on a small island with them. I mean, what is this? Is it Marianne from Gilligan's, or Gilligan from Gilligan's Island or something? Who the hell is this person? What's going on with the Lovers? What's the final on this? What's this Lovers mean for my viewers? What's the final outcome for my viewers here? Talk to me. Communication. Yeah, somebody running your way. Run to you from Bryan Adams just rang in my head. I'm going to run to you when the feeling's right, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's communication. It's incoming. I asked, you heard me ask, I said, what's it mean? What's the Lovers, the final outcome here mean to my viewers? You're the viewer. It means somebody says something, and what they say, they come towards you with some energy of change, and that very change is something they're afraid of. But I think, I kind of get it off the 5 of Cups. I think there's almost no choice here. You know, there's a lot of damned if you do, damned if you don't energy around right now. What's on top? Wheel of Fortune. Change, right? Somebody figures, if I'm going to beat the devil, if I'm going to turn this devil around, they need to come your way. Why? I don't know. It's possible that you make them feel good. Maybe it's somebody shows up and they just want to bang you because they feel like, if that's the case, if this is like a booty call, then, play it however you want. Just don't get your hopes up too high. But for most of you, I think this person thinks you can help them get rid of that devil. You can make them understand something about that devil. I get that very strongly here. I get somebody here comes towards you. This is your final outcome. The universe says they come toward you when I asked, and I get a Wheel of Fortune on top of it that's red with the devil. I think they think you got some sort of solution here. Okay? However that plays out, might play out 1,000 different ways. I'm sure it does. Why is the wheel here? The 5 of Wands. There's also at the same time I love this person. This is that in your head, back and forth, right? There's also simultaneously at the same time a fear that you're just going to tell them what an idiot they've been. I mean, that's the easiest way I can phrase it. This is red with the 6 of Wands, okay? Coming toward you means that they have to, is sort of cracking the password in my therapy speech I gave earlier. In other words, the reason they're in their head about it, the only reason that they're worried about coming toward you is because it means that in doing so, they admit that they don't have victory, that they've been living in toxin, and they're going to have to admit that they've been faking this happiness the whole time in their life. Okay? It means that. It means you were right. This is someone here, very ego-based, who has a hard time with the fact that they were wrong. This is probably someone who, for some of you, who might even fancy themselves an intellectual. They might talk with big words and things like that. Very educated. It's possible. I'm just saying, just giving you an example of the energy. I'm not saying that your person. Don't come at me and go, no, Steve, my person's real street. You know, okay, fine. So your person didn't go to Oxford, Harvard, or any of the Ferds. Fine, terrific. But I'm just giving the example, it's hard for this person to admit that they were wrong, and coming to you means that they're going to have to. They know it. It looks like they like we do. It's one of the minor hang-ups, and they probably brace for impact if they talk to you. But at the end of the day here, somebody wants a second chance big time, and it's being driven by a force bigger than you or them. And I'm telling you, and I said it earlier, right? The environmental energy, them coming towards you, fueling it is judgment. God sourced the universe itself. I have never seen, and I've said this many times in the Leo Soap, I've never seen the universe try so hard to help someone. I don't know who the fuck this person is. I do like their soul. I always have. I don't know who the fuck they are, but whoever they are, the universe, it's very important that they get past this devil. Because otherwise the Leo soap opera would have dissipated into other branches by now, and it just hasn't. It just keeps coming up the same way. And what did I say to you when I started this video? I said, when I showed you the pre-shuffle, which probably looked like that, I said there's a couple of things that happen every time I pull a Leo soap opera, and that's one of them. And that's the devil. And you thought, oh yeah, it came up in the pre-shuffle, but no. It showed up in the fucking reading too, right in their life on top of this phony happiness. It comes up this way all the time. It's getting important that this energy, whoever the fuck this energy belongs to, gets out of it. It looks like they are beginning to realize one of the epiphanies, the emotional epiphanies at least, that they're having is that you have some kind of answer for them. I usually only get that type of thing in the Cancerian readings. Now I'm starting to get it here. That's starting to come to the surface. Maybe they tried to come in from out of the cold and failed. I don't know. Maybe, but this energy certainly thinks, it's very clear from this final outcome, they think that you've got the answer. All right? So let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. I might do something unprecedented here. I don't always do this. I might extend this one for people. I need to go into their life. I need to dig into it. The devil and the sun and victory. Why the fuck? Who the fuck? Nobody ever going to convince me that that's victory. Okay? Nobody. Hopefully you don't go to a party looking for somebody to bang and see this guy and think, yeah, that's my future. I hope the fuck not. That being said, this is hurtful energy. All right? It's very hurtful. And the only reason people fall for that is because they don't know any better. And 9 times out of 10, they either don't know any better because they never really looked at the past or history or something like that, or their parents taught them that way. Or they were growing up, they learned that way. And they just took that as gospel. Okay? So let's see. I have to dig into that. I may extend this. We'll see. If I do, there's a link in the description. I'll pull some side reads offline. We'll see if it's worth putting them online. All right? Let's see. Give me 3 cards and a bottom card. What else you want to tell my viewers, universe? What else you want to say? Knight of Cups, Fool, Ace of Cups, Hangman. Something's about to happen in this person's life. That tower told me a lot of things in the soul. To an extent, it's already happened, but I think there's another one that's about to happen. Something here is about to happen that changes everything for this person. I don't know what it is. It's going to vary. But I think it has a lot to do, believe it or not, with you finding somebody else or meeting new love or something along those lines. They're picking up something off of your energy that you're moving in a new direction. All right? It's sort of or something happens within the energy that creates an urgency, because I've got a Knight of Cups here for them in the message from the universe, and I've got a Knight of Cups here, and I've got this Ace of Cups. It's sort of don't hold on to it too long, or you might lose it, sort of a thing. There's something here that happens that creates urgency, that gives them a new perspective on taking leaps of faith and trying new things. My guess is, because of this toxic situation, always happens in this, when you're with this energy, is there's something about it that pisses you off at some point. At some point, it does something bad to you, okay? It's not just about, if you go date this energy, it steals money from your wallet and shit like that. No, the moment you begin to trust it, then that's when it takes advantage of your trust. Whenever you're with this energy, meaning the moment you start to think, oh yeah, they'll never cheat again, or oh yeah, they'll never do that, that's when they do it again. So yeah, they won't, if you catch this energy cheating, for example, yeah, they won't cheat again while they're earning your trust back. But as soon as they earn your trust back, then they'll cheat again. Then they'll do it. You follow? Okay, something's about to happen where this energy reveals its ugly head again. Whatever it is, I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, we'll see. If there's a link for it extended and you want it, grab it. All right? Might be fun. And then either way, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, everybody who watches. And there's a lot of Leo soap operas out there. You might be in a different point at it, but this one here, very interesting. Good luck.